Looks like Karak Azgaraz has trouble waiting on its doorstep. Bardin knows a path that will take you past the bulk of the Skaven, but it'll only get you so far. Time to warn Karak Azgaraz.
We're at Fat Shark today to talk about the new DLC coming to Vermintide. It's called, and if I say this wrong, you will have to correct me, but Karak Azgaraz?
Karak Azgaraz, so close enough.
Azgaraz, all right. First of all, what can players expect from this? What is it that you're adding to the game?
It's given us an opportunity to kind of show off a more dwarven side to Warhammer, which is a huge part of the universe. So we're showing off, or we're giving you 3 new levels and 2 new weapons, which are kind of dwarf related in their theme.
So low ceilings then, or what can we expect?
Well, actually, kind of dwarf architecture in Warhammer is pretty high ceilings. It's a lot of big halls and kind of big kind of holds. So it'll be pretty high ceilings actually. But a lot of the iconic kind of cubist architecture kind of, which is really fun to look into, and a lot of snow up as well. We're going up into the Grey Mountains, which is going to be cool. So it kind of fits well with the winter we have at the moment. So.
Yeah. How does it fit with the sort of the narrative, the sort of the theme of the game that you're taking this sort of turn now? Is it just a matter of, we want to do something dwarven, or how does it make sense?
You kind of worked with a wizard in Vermintide, the base game, and now we're kind of continuing working with him, and we're getting him some artifacts that he needs to fight Skaven. So that's kind of I would say it kind of just adds on to the story. It's not a continuation in a sense. It's more of a side story to it, kind of.
All right. Cool. The locations, the environments that you'll get to explore. What can you say of them, and what are you revealing? A day before release. What can we expect?
Well, the 3 levels. One takes place inside a dwarf hold. And which is going to be really cool. You get to see kind of a forge and a lot of big halls and very typical dwarfish stuff that you'd expect. And one is more outside, up in the mountains, seeing a mine, for example, and things like that. So it's going to be cool. And the third one is more of a kind of forest, wintry night kind of affair where your mission is to light a beacon to warn other holds around. So, and yeah, the environment is just a nice opportunity to kind of expand on what we have already, but add more and kind of environments like snow and things like that. So it'll be nice, I think.
You mentioned the beacon there. Are there any mechanics that you're mixing up? What sort of levels is it that you're adding?
Yeah, they're all kind of get from point A to point B and do kind of traversal adventure missions. But what we've added some new functions. For example, the beacons has kind of this function where you have to stand on a plate to activate it, and you can't really get off it, or a timer will start going down again. So you kind of have to be in this position, and there'll be, rattling gunners and poison wind globadiers trying to get you off it, kind of. So it'll be this interesting mechanic of, do I stay on, do I get back, or do I survive? And we try to do that for the other missions as well, add a new kind of functionality to it.
Sort of a little bit more tactical than just try and stay on as long as possible and escape, or what's the idea?
Exactly. So, for example, we have we had barrel events. Kind of, you have to take a barrel to a certain spot. For the Cassid crew, we've added a barrel which is timed. So you have a certain time to get there. So you kind of have to rush and take risks you wouldn't otherwise. Otherwise, you're kind of in this position where you can just throw the barrel to the side and kind of fight people off and then pick it up again. Now you're kind of stressed. You have to get through them. So it promotes teamwork, hopefully.
Cool. Obviously, Vermintide has been out there for a while now. What can you say of the community and sort of how you interact with them when it comes to sort of creating these levels, these add-on things?
We always keep a close eye on the forums, kind of to see what people are asking for and stuff like that. Of course, some things are harder than others to do, but it seemed like we had a really huge like dwarf following, like people who only play as Bardin and stuff like that. So it felt like a good thing to give fan service to the dwarf enthusiasts. So.
Any Easter eggs if you play as him in these levels or things like that?
That's mostly reflected in the dialogue. I think he knows a lot more about stuff, so he'll be telling the other characters kind of what things mean and about.
Make sure he's one of the four then.
Yeah, I guess it's if you want the full dwarf experience, you could do. But also they have lines without him where they're saying he should probably be here. so it's a different experience. It's also fun. Yeah.
All right. The DLC is launching on Thursday. What can you say of console plans?
I don't think we have a set date yet. Of course, it takes some time with the patching on consoles. It's a little bit more complicated. So I don't have a set date, but as soon as possible.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.